Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dumbest horror movie decisions that still worked. For this list, we'll be looking at the worst decisions made by characters that either worked out or turned out to be better than expected. Because we're talking about outcomes for characters in these movies, there is a spoiler alert. What decision in a horror movie were you surprised didn't result in a higher body count? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, bringing the entity to the pool. It follows.
Oh my god. I just walked in the room, it's right there.
In this film, a teenager named Jay is pursued by a malevolent entity through a disturbing curse. Once they're aware of the curse, her friends try to help her avoid being killed by the relentless force. Towards the climax, they decide the best way to take out the entity is by having it follow Jay into a swimming pool before electrocuting it with nearby appliances. There's no way that can backfire, right?
Jay, look out! Oh my god, somebody help her! What do we do?
It's great that Jay has such supportive friends to help her, but they're lucky this dangerous stunt didn't get them all killed, especially since the plan leads to one of the friends, Paul, accidentally injuring Yara while shooting at the entity.
When there's torture, there's pain and wounds, physical agony, and all this distracts the mind from mental suffering so that one is tormented by the wounds until the moment of death.
Number 9, breaking the barrier. The curse of La Llorona.
What are those?
Remember the fire tree? Those are its seeds. As long as this line remains unbroken, she cannot enter. Do not touch them.
To keep La Llorona from coming for 2 children, a holy man sets up a spiritual barrier around the family's home, which is able to ward off the evil spirit. However, one of the children, Sam, decides to reach over the barrier to retrieve her doll on the front porch, leaving her vulnerable to La Llorona.
Sam! Get away from that door!
Mommy, I got Missy and I didn't break the beans.
After Sam unwittingly breaks the barrier, the spirit grabs and almost drowns her in a swimming pool. That would be a horrifying way to go, but hey, at least she got her dolly, right? Luckily for Sam, her mother Anna is able to intervene and save her.
Is she okay?
She's okay. She's breathing. She's okay.
Number 8, parking on the train tracks. Final destination.
Get control of yourself.
That's what I'm doing!
I know what you're doing, and it's all right to be scared, Carter.
I'm not afraid! Alright? I decide when it's time. I control my life. I control my death.
When death tries to kill a group of teenagers that were meant to die in a freak plane crash, one survivor, Carter, can't handle the pressure of being next. Trying to regain a sense of control, he drives recklessly in spite of his passengers' safety before parking his car on some train tracks, potentially killing the whole group at the same time. However, by the time he wants to flee the incoming train, he finds his car stalled and seatbelts stuck.
It ain't my time.
Luckily for him, Alex intervenes and saves Carter, and only Billy ends up getting killed in the whole ordeal.
You're dead! You're dead! And you're taking me with you!
Number 7, staying another night. Poltergeist. There are so many red flags from the very beginning that something isn't right with this house.
This house is clean.
After rescuing young daughter Carol Ann from a ghost dimension, the Freelings still think it's a good idea to wait until nightfall before moving out completely.
Are we gonna sleep here tonight?
I guess not. So you better get Brian to bring you home right after dinner, because Dad wants us to stay at the Holiday Inn on I-74.
Oh yeah, I remember that place.
You what?
The decision to stay is in line with the horror tradition of people in haunted house movies not leaving the house right away. Fortunately for the Freelings, this decision doesn't get any family members killed, but they probably would have been better off had they just gotten a motel room to begin with. Number 6, going into the tunnel. 28 days later.
What you think?
Well, it's the most direct route to the other side of the river.
No. Then we should take the indirect route, the one that's in broad daylight and that's not underground. Let's just get it done.
On the way to a military blockade where they hope to find a sanctuary, a group of survivors decide to go through a tunnel. The problem is that a dark, enclosed space may not be the best place to enter during a zombie apocalypse.
World's worst place to get a flat, huh?
Agreed. Think we better do this quick.
The car they're travelling in gets a flat tyre, and, wouldn't you know it, an infected horde comes at them while they're trying to fix the problem. Thankfully, the group replaces the tyre in time, and they're able to speed away from the horde without losing anyone. That all being said, the dumb risk and stakes involved makes for quite an intense scene. Number 5. Going into the Warrens' room of cursed artifacts. Annabelle comes home.
I'm calling out to the spirits on the other side. Please unlock this door and let me in.
Feeling responsible for her father's fatal car accident, Daniela wants to contact him from beyond the grave. To do this, she goes into a room in the Warrens' house that's filled with cursed artifacts and foolishly touches everything. Because of Daniela's actions, Annabelle and other spirits are released, which leads to a host of horrible events happening, including Daniela herself getting possessed by the bride. Thankfully, after all's well that ends well, Daniela gets closure when Lorraine passes on a message from the former's father, who says she wasn't responsible for his death after all.
He also tells me that he misses you. And to stop being so hard on yourself. Because it was not your fault.
Number 4. Leaving the store. The Mist.
I can't stay here. I gotta get home to my kids.
No, don't go out there. It's death out there. It's the end of days.
If you were stuck in an apocalypse where outside was an enigmatic mist filled with interdimensional monsters, you'd probably take shelter and stay put. However, in this film, one woman decides to leave a relatively safe grocery store to look for her children. While that's a brave and noble thing to do, it's also a high-risk decision that isn't likely to be successful.
Oh, is anybody gonna help me? Won't somebody here see a lady home?
Despite the woman being unable to persuade anyone to accompany her, she beats the odds anyway. At the end of the film, she's seen in a military vehicle with her kids, while the main character David can only sorrow over the unnecessary loss of his own child. Number 3. Staying in 1408. 1408.
Well, if I can just get the key to 1408, I can get out of your hair.
Oh, we were thinking of upgrading you to a penthouse suite.
1408, please.
If there's a lesson from Stephen King's stories about hotels, it's to stay away from specific rooms. In this film, writer Mike Enslin wants to stay in room 1408 of the Dolphin Hotel, in order to debunk rumours that it's haunted. Despite numerous warnings not to, Mike goes ahead anyway.
I'm still staying.
Damn it to hell!
I'm sorry.
Sure enough, odd peculiarities happen from the very beginning of Mike's stay, and he's put through harrowing situations where he almost dies. Sure, in the alternate endings, Mike perishes, but in the theatrical version, he's fortunate enough to live to tell the tale. Number 2. Turning on Pacific Playland, Zombieland.
You have just survived the zombie apocalypse and drove halfway across the country. Where are you gonna go?
I'm going to Pacific Playland! Woo!
Hoping to blow off some steam during the zombie apocalypse, sisters Wichita and Little Rock decide to break into an abandoned amusement park and turn on all the lights and rides. Unsurprisingly, this catches the attention of a horde of zombies, which immediately rushes towards the theme park.
Not as fun as I remember.
The two sisters are swarmed by zombies and almost killed. Fortunately for them, Columbus and Tallahassee come to their aid and help take on the zombies.
Oh my god! Hey, they're up there, they're okay.
What are you waiting for? It's your gal.
Taking the chance of getting eaten alive for cheap thrills seems like a high-risk, low-reward prospect. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Solving the puzzle box. Hellraiser. During her stay at a hospital, Kirsty Cotton fiddles around with the puzzle box that she took from her uncle Frank. Given that Frank was a bloody skeletal mess at the time Kirsty found the box, she should have known it was bad news.
The box. You opened it. We came.
It's just a puzzle box!
Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
When Kirsty solves the puzzle box, she summons demonic Cenobites who intend to torture her soul for eternity. Through quick thinking, she's able to negotiate her way out of her jam and instead sick the Cenobites on Frank.
He's alive!
Supposing he had escaped us. What has that to do with you?
I can lead you to him, and you can take him back instead of me.
Next time though, maybe stay away from the mystical object your evil skeleton uncle wants.
No, don't do that.
Go to hell!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.